The coronavirus pandemic remains a huge threat to food security in Nigeria, while government has put in place interventions targeted at 2 million farmers to drive greater food production. Local farmers still dealing with the impact of the pandemic and lockdown on their businesses seek to benefit from the scheme as experts want it properly implemented. Lara Afolayan reports.
Benue State is popularly described as Nigeria's food basket. This north-central state produces much of the country's staple foods. Herdsmen and farmers' clashes have been a major threat to food security there, and the pandemic has only made it worse. Weeks after the lockdown was lifted in Benue State, local farmers are back to farms, now overgrown with weeds. They get to work weeding and clearing, while lamenting COVID-19 associated depletion of their income sources.
Most of the crops now are very expensive, disease and other things. And most of us are not workers. So it's from the crops that we produce that we do sell and get monies. And due to the coronavirus we are unable to access much money to buy the crops.
Our business no dey move because when we know they go market. Now as we no get chemical, we can't weed ourselves. We no get fertilizer because of COVID-19 where they do. We no get anything where we dey put. For here, we get one something where they suffer us. The thing they chop yam for down, for ground. Like this, the thing don't start. But we no get money where we buy chemical.
The Food and Agriculture Organization, International Fund for Agricultural Development, the World Bank and the World Food Programme have jointly raised concerns on the impact of COVID-19 on food security and nutrition.
By providing improved agriculture input, that's as seeds, tool, fertilizer, water access, irrigation support. And I think that it will help to support already the effort that have been made by the government over the last years. Because if you look at the Nigeria export figures and the Nigeria import figures on food, there is some improvement that have been made in this way.
An Agric for Food and Job plan, which targets 2 million farmers, is one of government's intervention schemes at this time. It aims to boost local food supply and create agricultural employment.
It's an emergency program meant to tackle the outcome of the COVID-19 pandemic on agriculture. So how it will work? First, we need to know the farmers exactly by enumerating them and creating a digital register that ties farmers to their farmland. And this activity has started already using the Empower Agro youth. And once we identify the farmers, it will be very easy then to calculate, which we have done already, to know what's the cost of production per acre of land or hectare of land. Then that will come as zero interest loan to finance all the inputs that farmers need to get in this 2020 wet season.
Those who are going to be classified as smallholder farmers are those who have from 1 hectare to 5 hectares. They will be the beneficiaries of this government intervention.
Subsistence farmers badly hit by the pandemic want these plans inclusive.
The customers that were coming to buy for us, they are no more coming because of this COVID-19. So we don't get money to buy chemical to take care of those our farming. If the government can help us, give us fertilizer so that we could use to do our farm to help us.
Experts have already suggested that a study be conducted on the impact of the pandemic on food security and its solutions. They now advise on how these local farmers who grow much of the country's food could indeed benefit from emerging interventions.
So we need to mechanize. We've got the de-risking, you have the massive intervention funds coming on 10 presidential agricultural value chains, very, very welcome. But we also welcome the idea that the bank is pushing other commercial banks to mainstream support for agriculture, not just from intervention fund this alone, but let them use their CRR-backed lending to push money into this real sector.
The Food and Agriculture Organization's food security analysis already warned of severe food shortages in parts of the country this year. It now foresees an even gloomier picture if Nigeria handles food production efforts with kid gloves going forward.
There is a need to promote an inclusive agriculture growth by making sure that those who are vulnerable benefit from the investment. It can be done by promoting productive safety net. This approach will reduce uncertainty and allow producer, consumer, trader, and processor to make informed decisions and to contain unwarranted panic behavior in global food market that can happen at any time.
Nigeria has been inundated with food shortages even before the outbreak of COVID-19 and had to augment with imports. And the present situation now places an even greater burden on government to strengthen food production and supply, which will in turn moderate rising food prices. Lara Folayon, TVC News, Abuja.